Welcome everybody to Service Drive Revolution and your Friday drive-by. Sometimes we get stuck and we have so many different things coming at us that we're not really sure, how do we turn the momentum? How do we change the tide? How do we get going? And what happens is we probably sometimes try to do too many things at once. And what I've found and what has been working lately when I'm coaching people is that it pays to get good at one thing. Get really good at one thing. So let me give you an example. When I'm doing a strategy session, I'll ask somebody like, hey, how many alignments do you sell? Now I can tell by the number that they tell me whether that's good or bad, right? Because I know if they're writing 1,000 ROs a month and they're selling 2 alignments, that's bad. I know there's a ton of opportunity there. They could be selling 300 something alignments. But with the alignments means that they're not selling brake fluid and they're not selling coolant and they're not selling all kinds of other things, and it probably means that they're not good at selling off the inspection sheet. Now, whether the technicians are filling out the inspection sheets well or not is up for debate. That's kind of another issue, but it's usually a good indicator that we're not selling everything that we could be selling. Well, let me rephrase that. We're not really selling is what that's a good indicator of. And so now where do you start? Like, there's so much opportunity, it can be overwhelming. Start with alignments. Get really, really good at selling alignments. Get really, really good at training the advisors to sell alignments. Get really good at presenting, create consistency, and go from selling 20 to selling 300 alignments and make that your mission for 90 days. Because if you get good at one thing, a few things happen. The first thing that happens is you've created a system for success. You've started from the bottom and you've created a system that works. You did a bunch of things, you concentrated on this one thing, and you succeeded. So now you have a scalable system. It's really easy now to add in selling more brake fluid exchanges, selling coolant, selling tires, whatever it is, even selling the work that's recommended by the technicians from the shop. If you get good at one thing, that thing becomes scalable. So don't try to get good at everything at once. Give yourself 90 days and get really, really good at something. But make it your priority. Think about it every day. Talk about it every day. Dedicate time and energy to it every day. Chart it out. Like, what's the system? What are we doing? Keep a journal. What's working? What isn't working? And at the end of those 90 days, when you're selling 200-300 alignments, whatever you get to, then kind of sit back and think, okay, now I'm going to add a few more things to this. The other thing that it does is you've accomplished something with your team that you can high five about. So everybody can be proud of that. You can involve everybody in the process, because if it's just selling alignments, you can ask the advisors, you can ask the techs, you can ask everybody, how could we sell more? And then you can say, well, I see this, let's try that, take some of their ideas, but make them feel part of that process. It's hard to make them feel part of the process when you're doing 10 different things and trying to do everything at once. So you'll have success. You'll have success as a team, which is great for the culture, for just the fact of feeling like, hey, we're a team and we went to war together and we accomplished something. And the best part is it's going to give everybody confidence. We're going to know that we can do great things. We can accomplish something if we set our mind to it. So my challenge to you is get good at selling alignments. I think that's the most important one. It breeds tire sales. It's an easy one. There's tons of value to the customers. It's great. Get good at that. Focus on it. Call customers and ask them why they declined it and find out what you did wrong. Like, look at it from every angle. Go deep and wide on selling alignments, and then scale that success and that confidence into something else. Now, don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect it to be easy. It's going to be harder than you think, but if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So I'm excited to see what you do. Let me know if you do try this and you have success. And that's my thoughts for this Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Service Drive Revolution.
Next week on Service Drive Revolution.
Today we're going to talk about a term that everybody thinks they know, but maybe they don't know. Or maybe they hear the term and they have heard it so many times they think they know what it means, but I think often we don't really know what it means, and that's fixed absorption. Yeah. We're going to talk about what is it? What's the formula? How? Why? Why, Christian? Why? Thanks for watching this week's Drive-By. I hope we gave you something to think about over the weekend. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.